Alright, let's go.
Hey, this is my final day as acting editor of Human Angle. Victory dance.
It's not like you are giving Human Angle.
Why do I have to clarify? Okay, well, I one of the first reasons I joined this place was because of the quality of women.
Okay, so I'm here because I work at Human Angle because
multiple reasons actually.
Am I tense? Do I look tense?
No, you're not. You look chill.
Human Angle has a very supportive management. I mean, we have like one of the coolest CEOs ever.
One of the things I actually like with our CEO is his visions and how he tries to achieve them. And always see him like that kind of gives me the feeling of wanting to do better. And that's something I see as important for me.
So when I came to work at Human Angle, I was told that one of the foundational part of working here is innovation, and
It's more like a family reunion to the creatives.
I really want to say that I remember the very first time I came across work from Human Angle, but that would be a lie because I honestly cannot remember. What I can remember is the fact that there was this feeling of awe and the burning need in me to be part of whatever it was that was going on at that place.
everyone around me is so relatable.
Okay, how I came across Human Angle was on Twitter, and then I read some of the stories, and I kind of had the workplace crush on Human Angle, and I wanted to be here, but I didn't know how, and I thought I'll just wait till there was an opening, and then voila, I started working here.
I love Human Angle, and I think it's the best place for a young person, not just career-wise, but you also learn a lot about life. Especially me, I think I get to learn a lot from Mr. Ahmad's actions and inactions. So I think I have the best job here. I'm sorry.
I've always wanted to do humanitarian work. I've always wanted to do something that matters. And being a part of Human Angle is something that fulfills that ache, that necessity in my life. Not only does Human Angle give voices to the voiceless, but it also does it in a very ethical and thoughtful manner, where the victims of violence are not exploited. Where
there's this conversation going on in the US now about quiet walking, right? Quiet quitting. Mm-hmm. And then somebody said, oh yeah, but there's also quiet firing, where they don't tell you whether you're doing things badly, blah, blah, blah. They don't give you work in places that will uplift your career. And eventually you're forced to leave because you're not seeing progress in work. So, I can't relate.
It's pretty simple. I work with Human Angle because I want to. I mean, Human Angle is a fast-growing company.
From my point of view here, I can see that it has great potential globally, and I want to be part of that. So I'm always excited to be part of the Human Angle team.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a job that's even bigger than us, but we don't realize it. And
I like the idea of taking the most ridiculous materials, the most mundane things, and making very important things out of them. And to make that, you have to be a storyteller, right?
My life goal basically is to tell people stories.
I see myself as a storyteller.
And I'm not a writer. So the only other way I can tell people stories by sound, music, and videos.
So for me, Human Angle represents compassion, and that word is very clear in the work that we do, in the ethics that rules the company. Being a part of Human Angle has taught me how to care about the stories that I rarely hear often.
Why am I here? I'll say for the interest of the masses.
basically it's a place where you can just be yourself, you know, find out what your strength is, and boom.
Even if you are kind of like lapsing in one side, they give you a chance to like explore like everything, like every part of you.
I also enjoy the fast-paced dynamic environment of a media organization where no 2 days are the same, and there is always something new to learn. Ultimately, I find great fulfillment in using my skills and talents to contribute to the important work of journalism.
And I think HumAngle gives me that opportunity.
I love working in HumAngle because of how flexible it is. It is very conducive and everyone is friendly and welcoming. It also allows you to grow. I have learned a lot of things since I came here, things I never thought I could do.
So if you have listened to late Chinua Achebe when he was asked in many of his interviews as to why did he write The Popular Things Fall Apart, his response was, the story found me. And I would say the same thing for myself and HumAngle. HumAngle found me.
I was in awe of the human-centeredness of the kind of reporting that they were doing, and I thought that I could contribute to something like that.
What I get to do at HumAngle with the resources available is that we make unique impact, and we're shaping and changing how these important stories are told.
Okay, do I have to introduce myself? Okay. There is this liberty to work and express yourself. I don't have a boss hovering around my head, even though one Mr. Kunle you would identify very soon. He's one of those on my head, but...
Wait. Okay. If HumAngle has like 100 reports, 80 are like award winning. What? I'm sorry, I have to stand up.
So there's this creativity that you're expected to come with, and there's this liberty to work, and it's not just uptight. Of course, one of those times I was ill, and you know, I didn't know how to come up to say, look, I'm not feeling fine and I need to take a rest and all, but I just found out that it's quite easy. And then that leads me to the second point. There's this need for taking up responsibility.
Yeah, so, oh yes, and there's also room for, you know, learning. There's also room for improvement. I know, like, when I came here, I know the level I was at, and I know how much, I know how much I've grown, like, in a lot of things, reporting, you know, even multimedia stuff, right? So there is a lot of room for, you know, growth, you know, learning.
I feel like I'm part of something huge, part of a story whereby people who do not have anyone to talk about their stories, and I'm helping them tell their stories.
I feel so fulfilled to be part of the history that we're making at the HumAngle. You know, we are trailing the blaze as conflict and insecurity in the platform in Nigeria and of course in Africa. And come to think of it, you have, you know, a team of young men and women who are very excited about what they're doing. You know, the spirit of
am I talking too much? Okay.
I've always loved the less privileged. At some point when I was growing up, I used to call myself the representative of the less privileged. Conscience. And I was, like you said, conscious of the masses. And I felt like I need a platform that would definitely allow me to speak for the masses, the less privileged.
It's after I joined that I actually felt like I was actually part of something that's really important.
And to tell stories, you need freedom. And to get freedom, you need HumAngle.
So that's why I love HumAngle. It's important work that I want to be associated with, work I'm proud of doing, and with people that inspire me and motivate me.
First of all the things that you hear about the news, the insecurity, the conflicts, the destruction, you get to see the impact those circumstances have on real people in real time.
Telling humanizing stories from Nigeria and just across the African continent about the ways that the conflict, security and development issues are affecting particularly minoritized groups of people. And so really that's why I'm here. I want to be able to contribute to this really revolutionary storytelling that's going on in this space.
So the fact that there's liberty still does not stop the need for responsibility. So it's quite balanced. Oh yeah, word, right? So yeah, and that's what I love about the place. It's balanced. So there's a balance between liberty, the need to express yourself, and taking responsibility for what you do. And of course, you get to be celebrated. You know, on Twitter, I got a few followers for the work I do. And watch out for the next report, man. It's coming. So thank you.
I'm also here because everyone reminds me how fine I am every day when I come to work. So, what else?
That's pretty much it. Okay, to be honest, I got a job offer 2 weeks ago, but I turned it down, and a certain someone was really mad at me. But that's what I want. I want to work with HumAngle because I want to. That's it.
But the greatest quality of HumAngle is the fact that there are no limits. Our slogan used to be no limits, no boundaries. But our boss doesn't like it because it's also a bit controversial because there have to be limits if you're working within the bounds of ethics. But in actual fact, there are no limits to the things that we can dream of. And there's also like a team in place that is ready to push the boundaries to achieve the impossible. So when you're in that kind of environment, you feel larger than life, and you see visions that give you literal orgasm. Like, so people in Nigeria can start thinking about this. And I mean, what more do you want than to be part of such a wonderful project?
Okay, I have to take my again.
Well, I've been aware of Ahmed Salkida's work for quite a long time. We worked together at the Daily Trust, and where I copy edited some of his work and was very impressed by, him as a journalist. And I met him in 2011 when I was writing and researching a book about Boko Haram. And ever since HumAngle started, in 2020, I've been incredibly impressed by the work that everyone does here and how he managed to get all these exciting and young, enthusiastic people together to work on this project. And I was sitting at home one day and I got a DM message from Ahmed and asking basically if I'd like to come and join. And I think I put up some pretense of thinking about it, but really I'd actually decided already. And I was overjoyed to come and work with this incredible group of great writers and producers and journalists and reporters. And it's been a really exciting couple of months. I'm still getting my feet under the desk, but I'm hoping for a really exciting year to come.